Welcome to a wonderful, wonderful Valentine's Day. It's Valentine's Day, and we are dressed in, we kind of look Valentine-y. We're dressed in Valentine colors because, you know what I got for Valentine's Day, besides this stick of gum you gave me?
Yeah, you just got that 2 seconds
ago. I did,
ago.
thank you. And I made a mean comment, and then he gave me something. That's just my luck.
Well, I offered you this one, but you didn't want it.
He did, but I said, as stingy as you are and the budget you're on, you probably made Melissa chew it first, and then you got it after that.
That wouldn't be a bad thing.
Because I know, they are really in love. And today you're going to get to meet a couple who's going to teach us what love is really, really all about.
Where are they at?
Well, it's you and that beautiful woman sitting over there.
Oh.
She is gorgeous. Do you know the sad thing about this? She hadn't changed a bit, but you have. Reckon she wakes up in the morning and says, son, put your hair back on?
I got smarter is what happened, yeah.
Yeah. Melissa is one lucky lady and Bill is one lucky gentleman, and we're going to talk successful, heart-happy marriages.
Okay.
Because you have to like somebody, number one. The key to a great relationship is to be friends first.
I do like her.
You do like her.
Yeah.
And I tell you, one of the reasons I think you like her, I've seen all your daughters. They're gorgeous. Oh my gosh, y'all. The first time I ever did that, Hannah spanked my hand. I had my cell phone on, and I know better than that. I tell people, do not do that.
You're going to have to be sent to detention.
I came in the door on the phone, and now I have turned that bad boy off. Can you believe that happened to me?
I can't believe it.
Where's my tissues? I'm going to sneeze.
You always scolded the guest about that.
You got my tissues in hiding?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're always scolding the guest about the cell phones.
I am, and I did it. And this kind of matches a little bit. Hot pink colors. Today is Heart Day. It is going to be Heart Healthy Day. It is going to be a day to, I want to read you what my cup says. A peaceful heart leads to a healthy body. Now.
That's Proverbs 14:30.
It is. Do you feel that way?
I do.
Do you feel that a peaceful heart?
You know, I've talked about that. A good attitude oftentimes results in a good health.
Absolutely. Now, we also have a gentleman on who's been married many, many years to a beautiful lady, and they have an amazing group of family who can sing too, like yours can.
They can, yes.
They have a heart story, and he also has a heart story he's going to share with you. He has been involved in the Heart Fund here that has happened for longer than any event in the Heart Fund history, right here in Gilmer County, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about your hearts, and we're going to share. I have a list of some of the special people we're going to talk about today, and the first couple is having an anniversary today. And we think, now this is guessing, we think it's number 56. Happy anniversary to Bob and Marilyn Fleming. Now, when we had the florist, the prettiest wedding we ever did was a Valentine wedding. And love the red and black. There's just something kind of about red and black. Makes you feel like you're going somewhere nice.
Yeah.
Or if you can't afford to go somewhere nice, let me tell you where you can go.
Home.
You can go through the drive-thru here in J and order you that oatmeal I'm eating. I almost said the name of the restaurant, but I'm not going to. Y'all figure it out. But it is, that's kind of like my I'm hooked on thing. I don't want a box of chocolate. I don't want no roses, but I do want one of those oatmeal sitting up my desk when I get to work today.
Oatmeal for Valentine's Day.
Oatmeal for Valentine's Day. Now, that tells a lot about me. The world has really changed because normally I would have wanted the big dozen roses and the big box of chocolate. Well, I'd had to give that chocolate to somebody because it gives me a headache. I would love to have the roses, but
that's what Freddie said about you.
Yeah, listen.
Give you to somebody else because you give him a headache.
In today's budget, I'll be happy with oatmeal. So
that's good.
Life changes.
You're a more simple woman than you've ever been.
I am. Boy, am I a simpler woman.
Simpler woman.
And
yes.
I think you've rubbed off on me a little bit.
I hope so.
You've been a good influence. We're going to talk to your wife today about the way you raise your children. And
she's going to put us on the spot.
It is interesting. It is interesting because he does something. I don't know many parents who do this, but you have taught them to budget. And you've taught them to budget well.
Somewhat, yeah.
Somewhat.
Best I can do.
And you have one young man who's going to be an awful good catch for some girl, unless that girl is a shopaholic, because Jordan ain't going to keep no shopaholic, is he?
Well, I doubt it. I mean, he likes to shop at times, but you know how boys are.
He likes to budget, and he's very, very smart about his money. Now,
tries to be, yeah.
One of the biggest problems couples break up are financial issues.
Right.
And I think that's important because the two of you must agree on what you do financially.
Both of us are broke, so, you know, all we got is love anyway, so, you know.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, and there must be a song out there about that.
I'm sure it's a country song.
Because
I'm
if
sure.
you ain't
I
got
haven't
nothing
heard
but
it.
money, then you know you don't have much of anything. But if you have a little bit more than money, then you have it all. You have it
Well,
all.
and it takes more than love. We'll get into that in a few minutes too. It takes more than love.
How many years have y'all been married?
28 and a half.
Okay. Do we see it going to 56?
Probably 76.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
wow, that is too cool. You were a baby when y'all got married.
Yeah, in fact, I got a picture here. We got married
Well, I wanna show
October
that is-
16th, 1982.
Y'all, she looks the same today.
I brought my album,
So,
my wedding album.
he's really been good to her because she looks great. He must just pet and pamper her, and she never
Yeah.
has to do anything, right?
You getting your finger on my face there.
I see that.
Yeah.
I see that.
Probably
Look
on
at his
purpose.
hair, y'all. He's got hair. Uh-oh. Shiny. There you go. There you go. He does have hair, and I've got my fingers in his hair. That is too cool. And Melissa has not changed very much at all.
And she's gotten
Amazing.
she's gotten prettier.
Yeah, she's prettier. Okay.
She was pretty then. There's my hair picture.
Oh yeah, he
See
loves it. He loves showing that he had hair. He had
I
hair.
parted it down the middle too for whatever reason.
I
Ellen
don't
did
know
it.
why you did that.
I don't
know
either.
why you did that.
But you know, the reason I'm still married to her is this look I got from her the day we were getting married, and she's
It
putting
was
this
like,
ring
okay,
on my
big boy.
finger. That's the look I got. So, and she still gives me that
Like,
look.
this is serious
But
business.
it all came down to this, and we
I
really
understand.
we really had a good time there.
I
So.
understand. You had a lot of hair, Bill Siniard. That is too cool.
I don't know where it all went. I tell you.
Down the toilet, down
I
the
guess
drain,
so.
down the whatever.
Barber
It's
shop.
gone. Today we're going to give away some DVDs in honor of Valentine's Day, and we're going to ask some questions about heart things. And one of my very, very favorite movies has a line in it that everybody who's in love should know this line. It's a 60s movie. It starred a gorgeous, naturally beautiful woman.
Raquel Welch.
No, she's prettier. This one's prettier than her. This one is the real deal because she's a natural beauty. But she was playing opposite
Jane
a man,
Russell?
nope, who ended up married to Farrah Fawcett.
Oh, I know
So
who that is.
you do know who that is. And the line in the movie is,
$6 million man.
yes, love means never having to say you're
Or
sorry.
are you talking about Ryan?
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. Love means never having to say you're sorry. and when you decide that you meet somebody and you just fall absolutely in love with them, remember that line, because don't do anything that makes you have to say you're sorry. Just kind of step easily when things get a little crazy. Just be nice and let it work itself out.
Well, it's
Now,
two words I've learned that helps me out a lot.
yes, ma'am.
Yes, dear.
Yes. I'm going to ask you a question before we bring Melissa on.
All right.
Has there ever been a true argument in your household?
Sure.
Okay, who won the argument?
She did.
I knew it. I could have guessed that.
She's won every one of them. So, you know.
I could have guessed that.
Yeah.
Now, I want to say good morning to some very special couples, but a very special good morning to Louise Martin, who is at home. She's been in the hospital, and she watches us on streaming video. She happens to be related to my cousin, Helen. So there you go. Good day, and get well wishes to you. Now, we did the happy anniversary for Bob and Marilyn Fleming. 56 years, we think. Happy anniversary. They chose Valentine's Day as a wedding day. I think today there will be a lot of weddings going on.
I'm sure there will.
Okay, now, these are some couples that just came to my head like this, and I thought about this. Papa Jack and Joyce. Everybody knows them, and at the end of the Valentine's special we're going to show in a few minutes, you will see Papa Jack and Joyce have an amazing family. They're all smiling. The whole bunch is happy. They love each other.
That's what it's all about.
They are a great family, and I think Papa Jack and Joyce taught their children to love and to love the right way. They're always there to support each other.
That's special.
That is very special. So we're going to show a picture of them at the end of the Valentine's special, and y'all will remember this because Donovan Jones is responsible for it. And if he was here, we would add some more pictures, but that poor boy's in college now, and we can't get him to do like we used to, and I really do miss him.
He's a busy
Because
fella.
he was really good at what he did, and he really helped me out. And to Audrey and Floyd Scott, who have been married many years and have some really good singing kids. Happy Valentine's Day. And to Bob and Evelyn, sitting up in, you know what, they chose
In their pajamas.
to move. Yeah, they chose to move to Epworth. They left Florida and chose the tiny town of Epworth. How lucky we are that they did that. And I want to say a special Valentine's Day, a very good day to Brenda Rufert. I had dreams about the Woodbridge Inn last night. And in that dream, Joe was always there. And when I got up this morning and I was making my list, I thought, when you say the word Brenda, you always said the word Joe. He has gone on to be with the Lord now. It has to be a hard, hard day for her, because they were forever together, and one of those, if you saw Joe, you saw Brenda. If you saw Brenda, you saw Joe. So there are tough days ahead for some women.
I saw her in the store the other day, and she looked great.
Yeah, she is an amazing, amazing lady, but I dreamed about the Woodbridge Inn and obviously food. And to Danny and Denise Caldwell, who are two of the kindest people I ever met in my life, and to Jen and James, who found love the second time around and having a great, great life together. And it was one of those things, it was a chance happening. I don't believe in chance. I believe if it happens, God designed it. Now, you may not always like his design, and sometimes you look back and say, Lord, why did you put me through that? But the outcome usually is something that you say, okay, I get it now.
They still need to have an adoptive grandkid, name him Cheese.
Yeah, they do.
Cheeseburger.
And to Mr. and Mrs. Cherie Pack, two of the nicest, nicest people I ever met in my life. And to Christy and Bubba, who are up there in Mineral Bluff. Now, Christy's in Atlanta doing her thing because she is one busy, busy lady. And to Bubba, good day to y'all. And to one of the couples we've had on who were married over 61 years, Mary and Grady Anderson. And to Danny and Dawn Hensley.
No.
Now, they are one of those, they're in love kind of couples. And they're just really cool. And they have all these kids. And they get along. And they go camping. And they do all these things at the beach. And they're just real simple. And they just have a good time. And that's one of those families that you think, man, they've got it going on.
Well,
and I think true love has something to do with that.
I think so.
I think so. And Ron and Shirley Singleton. Everybody knows what they went through. When you go through a tragedy, it brings your love to the forefront, and you know how much you love that other person, because you have to have each other to get through that.
That's very true.
Know that. And to Kathy and Michael Mullins, who have been through so much the last 6 months. I mean, it just blows my mind. And I worried about Michael's health because he was doing everything for everybody. Kathy was doing everything for everybody. And at some point in time, you burn and crash, and you don't want to do that. So I have said, they need some time away. I'm going to recommend they take a 2-day vacation to somewhere that has a hot tub and a fireplace. So there you go. And to Lamar and Helen Penley. And let me tell you, this is my cousin who has one son. This son was in a horrific car accident and could have taken their only child's life, but he made it. He made it. And it is one of those lessons. You see how much people love each other when they go through something like that, when their only child was on death's door. So, and to Travis and Alicia Bridgman, y'all see them, and you can see how much they love each other.
Yeah, special couple.
It is very, very obvious, and they have one wonderful son, Lee, who celebrated a birthday last week.
And they work together, too.
They work together, which is very unusual because they work together like 3 jobs. They do, the church, the singing, and counseling. So there you go. There's 3 different times they have to step up to the plate and help each other. And to Betty and Ernest Gibbs. Betty's gone through a lot of medical problems this year, and Ernest, he's one of those guys who lost his job at the plant. If you have seen the Miner's Memory Special, you saw Ernest. He is one of those guys. They probably couldn't afford it, but they always help with the community meal. Always. They're on that fixed income, but they always are there. They always bring something. They always volunteer their time. And you can tell, I think they've been married 11 or 12 years now, but they're a very, very special couple.
Special place at the Lord's table for the people like that.
Absolutely. And today, from heaven, I can guarantee you, Carl Ed is watching out over Laura. We watched some old Heart of the Homes, and we watched some old North Georgia Now Todays, and to see Carl Ed and that sweet expression, his smile was just amazing.
You miss him, don't you?
I miss him greatly, and I know Laura does. And to Doc Olnick, I got to say this. He's in heaven, and he is laughing because he married the most beautiful redhead, and he loved Doris so much, and he took such good care of her. And now, she still lives there alone, and I think about her a lot because they had a great life together. So I know today is going to be a special day for her. And to Billy Wayne and Kathy, they broke the mold when they showed people how to love each other and how to love others. Because they also raised a wonderful son, Eric, who is married to beautiful Dana, and they know how to do it. They, great parents, great people in the church, involved in gospel singing. And to Patrick and Audrey, You got it
God bless
figured
her.
out on making little girls that are absolutely gorgeous, because they have the most beautiful daughters I ever
You
saw.
know, I had a little talk with him. He's going to have his hands full in about 10 years.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Well, we're going to talk about having your hands full. In life, sometimes things aren't always exactly like you planned, and I want to show a picture of two children. Both these children just got their learner's license. And you know the old saying, what goes around comes around, or
You mean they give license to kids that young?
Yeah, well, now they're both 15 and 16.
Oh, okay.
But this is Ansley and David, who grew up pretty tough times. But today they are 15 and 16 years old. They are students at Pickens High School, and they both got their learner's license. Let me tell you the lesson their mom will learn. What goes around comes around, and you will have a hard time, because these kids are strong-headed, stubborn, but such special, special children. They have always been very close to each other because their life was not good at times.
She'll also always learn that car insurance just got higher.
That's right, but they both got their learner's license, so congratulations to them. These kids are 11 months apart, brother and sister, who have taken care of each other through some really, really tough times, and I just wanted to say good day to them. And good luck to you as you try to get out on the road. Now, I got to show you this, because this is Ansley as she won a beauty pageant. Now,
You've changed a little too.
I have.
Talk about changing.
I have. But Ansley does not like the beauty pageant scene anymore. She said, nah, I won this thing. I'm done with this. Let's go out and play in the dirt. She likes the playing in the dirt thing. She loves animals. She loves chickens. She'd rather slop the hog than get dressed up. Imagine that. So,
Good old girl.
So good day to
Yeah.
them. They got their learner's license, so God help their mama. So
God
there
help
you go.
all of us, yeah.
There you go. There'll be more kids on the road. There are so many people sitting out there who possibly have lost a mate, and Valentine's Day brings a little sadness, but if you have great memories, it also just, it reminds you of how wonderful life can be.
Count your blessings.
Count your blessings.
Yes.
Count your blessings.
While you can.
We sat there yesterday watching the first North Georgia Now Today, and I remember making the statement. It was the week of my birthday, and I told Roger Futch, I said, I've never had such a great birthday present. I've never had such a great birthday present to get this amazing job. Sometimes life isn't exactly what you wanted, and I said, one of the things I wish had happened, I wish I had done this when I was younger.
I'm sure you
because
do.
I would have more years to do it, because now I've only got 30 years to go.
But they didn't have television back when you were younger.
I know it. But there are many things, if you look back on your life and it wasn't perfect, that's okay. Stop looking back and start looking forward.
Heck, they didn't even have radio when you were younger.
Yes, they did. We
Well, that
put
was
these
later
two
in
little
life.
wires together, and yeah, we did.
It was later in life.
Yeah, we did.
Y'all had telegraph.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And I'm going to just let you pick on me all day if you want to today, because he brought Melissa, and he's gonna share a little bit of their love story with y'all. Once upon a time, we featured Bob and Marilyn Fleming on Valentine's Day, and I thought it was interesting how they made it work. You made it work through good times, bad times, ups and downs, but never once have I seen the two of you not smiling. And I just think that's weird, because you made it through some really, really tough times when a lot of people got down and out and, just really, y'all didn't do that.
Well,
and I was really proud of both of you.
I've told you once before, I think, but when the world falls apart all around you, if you've got the Lord and you got your family, which is, in my case, your wife and kids, I'm happy as a lark.
Right.
So.
Well, this weekend I got a wonderful Valentine present. We went on a picnic, and I was going to send y'all these pictures to show you, because if you have not seen the Toccoa River lately, crystal clear and so beautiful, and we took some pictures of a gentleman fishing. Now, in order to do the fishing he was doing, he was standing in the river. Now, we're in the motorhome. Yeah. I've decided men from Atlanta have a lot of money, because they come up here and they go fly fishing, and they've got on those waders, is that what you call them, that cost $395.
Oh, you can get them cheaper than that.
Well, they're out there in 30-degree weather in the water, and they're cold, and they're standing there for 3 hours. And then I realized, I said, did you keep your fish? And this is, I think his name's Danny Waldrop. He lives down the Macedonia community. He said, oh, I do this every weekend. And I said, well, we've been sitting in the motorhome watching you, and I'm thinking, that man is not smart. That water's cold. But he had on some really good boots.
Oh, he is
really
having a good time,
waders.
I'm sure.
He had a blast, and I said, how many fish did you get? Well, you have to throw them back. It's catch and release. And I said, why would you stand in the cold all day long?
Peace.
Peace. Peace. And he said he does it every single weekend. And I thought, that is the weirdest thing I ever saw. They're standing in the cold. Well, he wasn't by himself. Yesterday we went back to this place, and there was a river full of people, just two here, two here, two here, and they're just wandering around having a blast.
Well, you know, a lot of guys go off on the weekend to get away from their job and everything else in life, and they go drink themselves silly. Some guys are smarter, and they go to the river and go fishing.
Well, you know what I thought was interesting? A lot of the guys brought their wives, and their wives were sitting in the vehicle reading a book. Now, that's a special relationship.
Well, that's their piece they like,
Yeah,
you know.
when she is patient enough that she can sit in the vehicle, actually with a coat on because it was cold, reading a book, and he's out there fishing. And I thought that is just too cool.
Yeah.
So peace of mind, and this says it all, a peaceful heart leads to a healthy body.
I believe it. I do.
So find something that you love.
Works for me.
And I got to tell y'all, the trip we took, the Toccoa River, is gorgeous. And we do have some pictures. I'm going to go put them on disc today because we didn't get them to come through. Actually, they're on my Facebook page, so you can go to Cherie Dobbs Martin on Facebook, and you can see. And I'll have to figure out how to give you directions to get to this one spot, but it's catch and release. That means this man buys all this equipment. What do you call that tying those little flies?
That's fly
Doesn't your
tying.
daddy do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a fly tying kit.
Yeah. So you do all that. You work yourself to death. You stand out in the ice cold water. You catch it, and then you say goodbye, and you put that bad boy back in the
Catch
water.
them again later.
That is very strange to me, but that's the catch and release thing. So there you go. And we will say that the game warden was there checking them out
Oh, yeah.
and making sure that they had what they needed and the credentials were right. And
You better have them, too.
What does it cost for a man to do something like that?
Well, I know a two-year fishing license is like $18, and then you got to have a trout stamp on top of that, which I don't know how much that is. But you could spend, you know, $30, $40 in licenses, not to mention all the gear you got to have to go with
Right.
it.
Well, the gear is what amazed me because we went around the curve and there was like 5 guys and they were from, I can't remember what county, somewhere down near Alpharetta. And I said, oh, those men have spent some money to be here today
But they
because
love
they
it.
had all the stuff.
It's probably
Yeah.
still cheaper than playing golf, though.
Probably. But the peace.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're all looking for, just a little bit of peace. Now, I've got some very special birthdays, and this is February 14th. Ben and Sarah Beth Sanford of LJ would like to wish their mom, Mandy Sanford, a very, very special happy birthday.
Oh.
And on February 15th, please wish Linda Weisinger of LJ happy birthday. And, you know, if you have birthdays, please contact us. We will be happy to get those on for you, and they will enter the drawing. And last week we drew, when we went off the air, because I forgot, I'm sorry, I forgot. But the winner, we did announce, we did tell them who they were, and we gave them the information. I did it when we went off there. I forgot. That's probably one of the few times I've done that. I'm going to chew that in a minute if you'll just...
I'm trying to get you to shut up so you can go to the sponsors.
We are going to go to sponsors in a minute. And y'all, I'm sorry I left my cell phone on. That was negligent on my part, wasn't it?
It's, what it is, you're in love, so you just
I forgot.
lost
It's
train of
Valentine's
thought.
Day. We're all in love. And I have to say...
It's not with each other.
A lovely, simpler life I have now, and boy, am I loving it. So right now, we're going to go to our sponsors. We're going to come back and we're going to go to the Valentine's special that Donovan Jones did for us a few years ago. You will fall in love with the end of this special. It ends in Alaska at Hatcher's Pass. Now, Wasilla, Alaska is where a very famous lady lives.
No.
If you can call us at 866-939-2329 and tell us where, you know, who is this special lady? She has
Priscilla.
a bunch of kids who are named after towns in Alaska. So there you go. Call us at 866-939-2329. What you going to give them today?
We'll have a good time.
We'll have a good time. And when we come back, we promise to have a good time. Floyd Scott is in the house. He's going to do 3 songs for us, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about heart health and why he's involved in the Heart Fund here in LJ. And then we're going to bring on the heartthrob of Bill Siniard's life. His wife, Miss Melissa, is in the house. So you will get to meet her today. And when you see her, you'll understand why he really does love her a bunch. And we hope you will find somebody today to do something special with. It's a very special day, and it doesn't take much to, you know, go next door and tell your neighbor you want to go out and take her to lunch. Do just a little tiny something for somebody today. It will make you smile, and it will make your heart feel good. We'll be back in just a second.
Wasn't that sweet and special? All those
Wasn't
people,
it
yeah.
sweet? What a bunch of sweet couples. And there's a whole lot more we could add to it.
I'm sure there are.
Go ahead.
Well, for your Valentine's Day entertainment today, we've brought in a familiar face, and straight from the Hollywood auditions, y'all please welcome Mr. Floyd Scott.
Here we go.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. I've walked through a whispering forest. Not a man-made sound could I hear. A timid fawn was playing without a sign of fear. I walked alone up the mountain and looked out over the sea. I saw an eagle spread his wings in flight so gracefully. I knew that I was walking where mortals should not trod, and there on the mountain I stopped and thought of God. I've walked through a busy city that was made by men and steel. A young one cries, an old one dies, where love and hate are real. I knew that I was walking where mortals should not trod, and there on the lonely mountain I stopped and thought of God. There's a happy childhood home in my memory I can see, standing out upon the hill, neath the shadow of the trees. If I only had my way, it would give my heart a thrill, just to simply wander back to the cabin on the hill. I want to wander back to the cabin on the hill, neath the shadow of the tree. I would like to linger still, just to be with those I love. Joy my heart would overfill, and I want to wander back to the cabin on the hill. But the saddest of it all, I can never more return to my happy childhood home. Matters not how much I yearn, but I got a better home where there'll never come a ill. It's a mansion in the sky, and it stands upon the hill. I want to wander back to the cabin on the hill, 'neath the shadow of the tree. I would like to linger still, just to be with those I love. Joy my heart would overfill, and I want to wander back to the cabin on the hill. For my last song, I'd like to do one of my favorite songs and favorite recitations. It's entitled Supper Time. Many years ago, in days of childhood, I used to play till evening shadows come, then winding down an old familiar pathway, I heard my mother call at set-off sun. Come home, it's supper time. The shadows lengthen fast. Come home, it's supper time. We're going home at last. Some of the fondest memories of my childhood were woven around the table at supper time, when I used to hear my mother call from the back steps of the old home place. Come on home now, son, it's supper time. Gee, I'd love to hear those words once more. But you know, for me, time has woven a realization of truth. And that's when the call shall come from the portals of glory, when we shall all be gathered around the table with the Lord himself at the greatest supper time of them all. Come home, it's supper time. The shadows lengthen fast. Come home, it's supper time. We're going home at last.
We're back.
Love that song.
Love that song. Love the meaning of that song. We're going to take a break, and we're going to go to our community calendar. When we come back, we're going to talk to Floyd Scott a little bit about something that he's been involved with for over 30 years.
Wow.
Over 30 years. That's longer than you and Melissa have been married.
It is.
And you know how much can happen in 30 years. So we'll be back in just a second. Okay, we've got some very special birthdays, and one of them I'm surprised because I thought these boys were a lot younger than they are. They're my age. Oh, that just
Yes,
tickles
they
me
are.
to death. Go ahead.
Well, happy birthday, first of all, to Daniel Loudermilk from Pawpaw and Precious, whoever that is.
Hey, Pawpaw and Precious.
You know, the Loudermilks are kin to the quieter milks. You'll get that later.
Yeah, well, the Loudermilks are good cooks, I'll tell you that.
And
There you
happy
go.
birthday today to Kim Queen. And Kim is smart. She didn't give her age. And neither did Lily Loudermilk. She didn't give her age. Happy
She's a
birthday to
little
Lily
girl.
from Pawpaw and Precious.
That's right.
And happy birthday to Maxine Van Zandt.
Maxie Van Sant is
Maxie
absolutely
Van Zandt.
gorgeous.
Yes, happy birthday today. She's 51 years
51,
young.
I can't believe it. She's just a kid.
And happy birthday to Ronnie and Donnie Holmes. 60 years old today, those two fellers are.
Reckon anybody knows what they're famous for?
I do.
I do. I've eaten one of what they're famous for.
Yeah.
You talk about some good cooks going on. You got some good cooks going on right there, and I
Good
can't
coconut
believe
cake.
they're 60 years old.
60 years old.
Well, we're going to welcome a man who is all about heart. Now, Floyd, you've been involved in the Heart Fund for how many years out of the 48?
I think this will be 45.
Wow.
It started in 63, and I missed 3 Heart Fund shows during that time. So
When it started, did you have black hair?
I think it's a mix.
That's funny because when you look now, you know, Elvis had black hair once upon a time.
Yeah.
But we watched that Elvis special yesterday, and you know, he dyed his hair. Have you ever thought of dyeing your hair?
No.
No? See, his hair kind of looks like Elvis did.
Well, he lived longer than Elvis did.
He did. He
I
did.
thought about it, you know, says about one time my wife said, no, you
Let me
don't
tell you
want
what.
to do that.
No, let me tell you what a man with dyed hair. Lord, I'm gonna get in trouble for this. But a man with dyed hair means if he dyes his hair, you look and you think, Lord, you're an old man with dyed hair. Just let it go white like I did, or let it go gold
Just let
like
it go.
he did.
Yeah.
There you go. What does it mean to you to be involved in this so many years? I know that you were personal friends with the gentleman that this is done about.
Absolutely. Morgan was a dear friend of mine, and we played lots of music together and for all the years. And this Heart Fund is something that's for such a worthy cause, and everyone knows what the proceeds go to.
Right.
And it's just a joy to go up there and pick and sing a little bit and be on that program. And
Now, will
I've
your
been-
children, any of them, be with you this year?
I don't think they will. As of right now, Cherie, I don't think so.
I know in the past we've watched some of the old Heart Funds, and I think Brenda's been on there with you, and Barry's been on there with you, and Cassie and Courtney have been on with you before.
Yeah, Brenda and Missy and all, they got a shower, you know. You know, I said there's so many things all comes up at the same time.
Right, right. And this event's going to be when, Saturday night?
This Saturday night, the 19th, February 19th,
Okay.
and I believe it starts at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's going to be free this time. There'll be no admission charge.
Okay.
There will be a love offering taken up sometime during the program.
And I heard a really good rumor that there's going to be some really good barbecue from that Pink Pig.
Oh yes.
I heard there's going to be some good barbecue plates for sale. Now, that's one of the ways they raise money, and then the cake auction is probably one of the biggest ways they raise money.
They raise a lot of money on the cake auction, and you know a lot of people just can't believe, you know, that some of those cakes, you know,
Right.
that brings as much as they do.
I think I heard tell one of them brought $800 one time.
The $800, and I think there has been a time where they brought as much as $1,000
Wow.
for some of those real nice coconut cakes, German chocolate, and things like that.
I'd hate to eat that.
Hush. We had to watch the Annie's commercial, and I'm craving a biscuit and gravy, and then you come up here with coconut cake, so I'm dead in the water before I get to the office to eat that oatmeal.
Miss Starnes can bake a coconut cake that everybody will enjoy.
You can.
Even Bill would enjoy it.
She
Yes, I would.
Now, does Audrey always get to come to this event?
Well, most of the time, yes. Yeah.
Well, we're talking sweethearts today. Is she the true love of your life?
Absolutely.
She's a beautiful lady.
Thank you very much.
Now, let's talk a little bit about your family, because your family sings. Obviously, they inherited their talent from you. Bill's kids sing. They inherited their talent from you. Do your children play, too?
Well, Brenda does. Brenda plays the piano, and she plays the electric bass and accordion. She's got an accordion, but she won't hardly ever play it. But Melissa don't play anything, but she really sings good.
Sings.
And of course Barry, you know, he can play just about anything he wants to. And, yeah.
And we can say Barry was scheduled to be on last Wednesday. He is sicker than a dog, and is he still not feeling well?
I think he's done better now, but then his little boy got sick, and you know he's 2 years old, and he's had a lot of congestion in his bronchial tubes. But I talked to him last night, and he said he was done a lot better now. And Barry thought he'd come on home Tuesday.
Good.
I was hoping he'd be on the Heart Fund show with me, but and he might do it. I don't know for sure.
Right, depending on how he feels.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the other events that we're having that night. There'll be the cake auction, barbecue plates will be sold. There'll be how many groups altogether will hit that stage that night?
Lord, I don't know. I have just a few of them here, but I think Russell said they had as many booked as they're going to be able to get on, and they didn't know if they're going to be able to put anybody else on or not. But so
Wow.
I know that it
good.
pretty well got filled up.
And how many hours will this be?
Well, if it starts at 5 o'clock, and it usually goes through midnight till around
7 hours of great music.
Wow.
Wow.
Just one group right after the other. They'll have a group come out and sing 2 or 3 songs, or 3 or 4, and then they'll sell 3 or 4 cakes, and then they'll go back and do the same just over and over and over.
Right.
and try to split it up, and not sell them all at the same time, you know, and try to get as many people on to sing and play as they possibly can.
And it's going to be at the LJ Auditorium?
LJ Elementary Auditorium, right there.
Okay, that's a great location.
Oh yeah, it's a big. They got a lot of seats out there, and the sound is really good on that stage.
Right.
It's really a nice stage.
It is.
Right. I wonder how many people sitting at home have watched all the Heart Funds that we've had on, because you play them over and over and over, and it's a great, you know, you'll see people you've never seen before, you'll see people you didn't know were in town. It's a great avenue to showcase local talent. Now, can you give us a few of the names?
That's going to be on. I sure can. The Morgan Cantrell says age 16. That must be his son, I guess. And that's the Ashley Jenkins, Taylor Frady, and the Starks brothers, and everybody knows Mickey
Right.
and his brother.
Trouble.
The Parton family. Let's see, Vic and Larry Davis. Everybody knows Vic and Larry. They're
Good stuff.
help out with a lot
Most
of
of
music.
these names have been involved for many years, haven't they?
Many years, absolutely. And let's see, they're going to have some bluegrass. Some of these groups I have never heard, but Bluegrass Pickers, everybody knows them. Tim Parker, everybody knows Tim. The Hood family, and everybody knows.
What kind of
them.
gun do you think Russell Hood sits out there at his driveway with, keep people away from them gorgeous daughters?
Probably has more than one gun.
You know, he may have had to, he probably gave up the church,
must
so
say
he
that-
sit in the driveway with a gun.
He must sit out there with a double barrel.
His daughters are gorgeous and so talented.
Raven Welch is going to be there. You know, she's a good bluegrass.
She is awesome.
Raven Welch and Tracy Manus, Flatline, Doug Crook, Dirt Road Rascals. I don't know who that is. Doyle Stanley and Coldwater Creek, and I guess that there's a lot there that couldn't get them all on here. But
Now-
there'll be plenty there to carry on and put on a good program.
We have to encourage you, come out, don't eat dinner before you come and eat a barbecue plate. I think the Pink Pig, is that the only restaurant that's going to be involved in it with the barbecue?
As far as I know.
Okay, and then you can get a dessert, and you can save up what money you can bring and buy yourself a whole cake and just sit there and eat the whole cake. But come out and help this event. 48 years running, is that right?
And this will be 48, number 48 coming
Wow,
up.
wow. Do you remember some of the first groups, the first time this started?
I sure do.
Who were they?
Morgan Cantrell had a group back then. He had a bluegrass group called the Frosty Mountain Boys.
Okay.
And I don't remember exactly who all was in his band, but as one of the groups, and of course we had a band back then, Vic Davis and me, and and Doc Sanford and Jay Burgess and plays and all of them. We had a band back then, and we started it off. We was on the first show they had. Letch Watkins was the MC. We've had Letch, or you have had
Right.
Letch on before.
Yes, yes.
For 14 years there, and then Morgan took over the MC job because Letch got a job at Lockheed and he couldn't be there on Saturday night. So.
Now, tell folks who may be new to our viewing audience what happened to Morgan Cantrell.
Well, I don't know all the details, but I know he went over in South Carolina to, I think it's something, take some apple boxes or something like that over there, and they had a terrible accident over there somewhere. I don't even know what part of South Carolina it was in. But Morgan was killed in that accident, and his wife Cherie was in a bad shape for a long time, but she's done great now. I saw her not long ago. And
Now, what do you think Morgan Cantrell would think that y'all have carried on his tradition? Don't you know
I
he's
don't know.
proud?
I wonder, but I know he'd be proud.
Yeah.
Morgan was a good singer and he was a good musician. He's just an all-around, really a nice person. He and his wife Shirley both, and there was a lot more that I can't even remember who all was. The Chancey brothers, they was on.
Right.
They had a big band
We've
back
had
then.
them on here, and I love to see them because you talk about family connection. They've got it going on.
When they had their original group, all the Chances, they'd done a lot of comedy and everything, back then, and they really carried on. And I can't remember who all was on then, but there's good musicians, good singers back then, even when it started. But
When it started, it certainly wasn't 7 hours long, was it?
no, I don't think so. I don't remember what time it started, but it usually lasted till about midnight. It has all back through the years.
Where was it? Where was the first event held?
At the old auditorium right there where right about where the new the auditorium is now.
Oh, okay.
They tore that school down, the building down, and they had the old auditorium was right in there. It wasn't the exact same spot, but it's close. And
How many lives do you think have been changed, and how many dollars have been raised because of this event? Have you ever heard a number of dollars?
no, I haven't, Cherie. I wouldn't have no idea.
Well, we're gonna
I
have
know it's
Russell
been a
Hood.
lot.
Yeah, we're going to have Russell Hood on Thursday, and maybe he can tell us, because when you look at what the musicians volunteer their time, the ladies who bake the cakes volunteer their time,
Absolutely.
and the barbecue, everybody volunteers for everything. And when you look at what it's done for this community,
It's really done a lot, and it has helped a lot of people back through the years, you know, and do the heart research and all the money, you know, where it goes, and the people that really need it, you know. And I've heard a lot of people talk about it, you know, how much, you know, they have children that's had heart surgery, and some of their family and everything else, you know, and it goes for a great cause, and that's why everybody likes to come out and try to raise as much money as possibly
this Saturday night, now this Saturday night at 5 o'clock, is that right?
I believe Russell said he's going to start at 5 o'clock, the stage show.
Okay, and come and get yourself a barbecue plate. Come and eat. Come hungry.
Show up early.
Eat twice. You can eat twice.
I
If you
think that's
stay
gonna-
7 hours, you can eat twice in 7 hours,
I
can't
know.
you?
I think that's
Yeah.
going to be ready about 4 o'clock,
Okay.
so everybody can kind of eat, you know, before the show starts.
There you go.
And Russell wanted to remind everybody again that it will be free this time. There's no admission charge, and just take it up offering sometime during the program, you know, and sell the cakes and make as much money that way as we can.
And let's pack the house. I think it's important that you try to get out and be with the nice folks in Gilmer County who will be 48 years running, raising money and raising awareness of heart health. We've talked heart health for over a week now. Heart health is something that could attack any of us. You know, it could
Sure.
it could get him sitting right here. I could cause him to
Could.
have a heart attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost
And
have,
he's
many
caused
times.
me nearly to have one. Yeah. Well, we're going to take a break. Thank you so much for being with us. I love you dearly.
I love you too, and I want to say thank you, Cherie, and thank you, Bill, for having me to come be on your program today.
Thank you.
And once again, happy Valentine's
Happy
Day
Valentine's
from me and
Day.
Audrey.
Yeah, thank
And
you, thank you, thank you.
That goes for you too, Bill,
Thank you, sir.
and your wife.
And same to you.
And when we come back, you're going to get to meet the love of Bill Siniard's life. She is a very special lady. For goodness sakes, I only put up with him an hour and a half twice a week. This poor woman puts up with him 24/7. Think about it. Think about it. We will get to meet Melissa Siniard when we come back. Well, here I go, solo again. I'm really not solo. I'm part of a really good couple right now, and I'm very, very blessed. It took me a long time to get it right, but I finally got it right. If I'd paid attention to Bill Siniard, I would have gotten it right a long time ago. He sets a great example, a loving marriage, a happy, happy family, and you'd think all was perfect, but we're going to get the dirt on Bill Siniard today because his mate, his wife, his beautiful, beautiful wife, Melissa, is here, and she's going to tell you all the things you've always wondered about Bill. So sit back, hit your DVR. You'll want to save this interview because Melissa's going to let him have it. Here we go. Bill Siniard, tell us who you've invited to be your guest today.
Well, I've invited my beautiful wife. Well, actually, you invited her last night, and she graciously said yes. And but yeah, she's the love of my life, and we've been married for 28 and a half years. And I guess I don't know what else you say about it. She and I always talk about why can't people get along in marriage? It's just a matter of getting along and loving each other, and just people make it too hard. They really do. That's what we think.
Complicated. They complicate
Yeah, they
it.
complicate things.
And analyze it and da-da-da-da-da and just let it be what it is. And I think that's one thing. Y'all are just kind of go with the flow.
Yeah. What do you want to add to that?
Now, Melissa, you got to tell us something good about him. You got to tell us, is there something we need to know about Bill Siniard?
No, I had to live with him, so I don't want to.
Oh, go ahead.
You know, we talked about this last week. Y'all don't only, you're married, you live together, but you also work together. Now, is that a little testy?
No. We get along fine working together. It actually works out real good.
And you did work, he worked in corporate America, and you worked for a major chain grocer for 20 years. And then y'all made a decision to do a business together. Okay,
Yeah.
Who's the boss?
She is, of course.
I love it. I love it.
He just does what I tell him.
That's right.
yeah.
And his favorite 2 words are yes, ma'am.
Yes, dear.
Yes, dear.
Yes,
Yeah.
dear. Yes, dear. Okay, have you been an influence on your daughters?
Well, I hope. I hope that they've, have taken it with them to their new married life, because both of them just recently got married.
Well, the
So-
influence would be, I think she and I would both agree on this, the influence would be, we try to openly show our daughters and our son what love is.
Right.
And not to be graphic or anything like that, but I
Right.
still have the hots for her.
Right.
I mean,
Uh-oh.
I do. And I think that's important. you
Right.
know.
Right.
And
And to show compassion, you know,
Yeah.
if she's having a bad day, you want her to know that you understand she's having a bad day. And I know you have a thing for chocolate, and he'll come in and say, boy, Melissa's having a chocolate day, you know. So I know that together he can pick up on how you're feeling. And does that help make this relationship work?
Yeah, I think when you get married, you take the you out and it becomes we,
Right.
you know, and so if you don't think so much of yourself and of the other person,
Right.
then that kind of is a big circle.
yeah,
you know.
it's a giving thing. I think I explained this one time. I give, she gives, and it just goes in a circle, and you keep giving to each other.
Right.
Yeah, because, you know, if it's always about you, then you're not thinking about them, and so you just try to more think about them than they'll think about you, and so it's just a big circle that way.
Let's talk a little bit about his music ministry, because I know some people who the wives aren't comfortable with the husbands doing what they do as far as going and playing and being gone and all that. When he was on the road, you traveled with him quite often and you ran the sound and you helped him. So once again, y'all did it as a joint effort.
Yeah.
And you didn't look at that as competition against you, you know, and I thought that was a perfect relationship because you were there supporting him.
Yeah, and well, even when he sang in the choir at church, they made me a part of the choir because I can't sing.
Right?
So Leonard was like, well, you know, what do you want to do to, you know, if you want, because I want him to come, and for him to come, you need to be a part, or a lot of times the other one, you know, they'll drop out.
Right.
And so he had me be a part of the sound system, and so I helped do that.
Right.
And so that made me feel like I was a part, even though I didn't sing.
Well, we try our best not to be apart from each other. I mean, we
Right.
did that for several years earlier in our marriage, and we worked different shifts and things like that, and we just hated it. That's not what we signed up for.
Right.
And
Right.
so today
Because
we
being
try.
married means being together.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I think that's very hard if you have to do the split routine and somebody's gone a lot. And,
Well, when the kids were small, and he worked second and I worked first, I worked days. So when I'd come home, he'd go to work.
yeah.
And we did that for, gosh, 10 years, 15 years, a long
Goodness.
time.
Something like that.
Long time.
That had to be tough.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing we love about each other is we learned a long time ago is respect. Until a couple learns how to respect one another as persons, as
Right.
people, as human beings, then you can't really get to the other part.
Right.
And we learned that early on, and that's what we do still. We respect each other as people.
I love your idea because some men, oh gosh, I can just see men throwing shoes at the TV. Some men would curse their wife, tell them they're stupid, and then expect to come in and expect you to whatever,
Right.
you know. And that's not the way love is meant to be. Love is never having to say you're sorry.
That's a respect factor.
And in order to respect somebody, you don't want to do something that you have to go to them and say, I'm so sorry I made you feel so stupid. I'm so sorry I called you an idiot. I'm so sorry. Just don't do that. Just don't do that. You know,
Yeah.
don't do things that will make you have to go to them and say, oh, God, I blew it. I'm so sorry. That's just dumb. And I love your relationship. And I think if anybody could ever do a marriage seminar, y'all could do it because you do have the total package. And when you went to work together, now I thought you'd lost your mind. Because I see this woman out there with a weed eater and a lawnmower, and she's got on her sweatband, and she's out there grungy and dirty, and I'm thinking, what are you doing? You left an air-conditioned job for this? But y'all really have how many years now done this?
Together?
Probably 8, maybe 7, 8.
No, together
Oh,
3.
together?
But
Three,
I,
four.
Yeah.
yeah, but I've helped him off and on since he started his business. When he started with just a push mower and a weed eater and a blower and a truck and put it on the back of the truck,
Right.
I helped him push the yards, you know, with a push mower and helped him weed eat. And
So you don't have to buy any kind of membership to a gym because he works you out during the day. If
Yeah.
you're pushing a mower, there you go.
And then he got smart and got the riding lawnmowers.
and
and
then
Well, they're
you-
Cadillacs,
And
yeah.
then you liked the job more, didn't
Yeah,
you?
when he went and bought me a new lawnmower, and I came home with it, and I told Ansley that I got me a new vehicle. And she said, really? I said, yeah, and it's a convertible. And she came out there, and it was a lawnmower.
Okay, what do your children think about your amazing relationship? Because I'm sure they have friends who are divorced. They have friends who fight. They have friends who break up and get together. They have friends who cuss each other. They have friends who do it all. Because in today's world, I think you are unusual. in your age bracket, there are probably more divorces. Now, the older couples in their 70s and 80s, I'd say less divorces. In your age bracket, the divorce ratio is like 54%. Tell me one thing you would tell your children that will make it last as long as it has for you. One piece of advice.
Compromise.
Okay?
Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah, because when they come home, they say, well, how do you get them to do what you want to do? I said, well, you don't. I mean, you can't.
Well,
I said,
number one, you make it look like it was their idea.
yeah, I
Does
said,
that help?
yeah. I said, a lot of times, if you want the color brown and he wants green, I said, and you can't come to a conclusion, I say, then you just pick a new color. I said, as simple as that.
Yeah.
She goes, yeah, but what if you really want that color? I said, well, they'll eventually give in if you.
And is it worth the argument? You know, is it worth the argument?
Well,
I know
that is
y'all
the big
Some
question.
some
Right.
things aren't worth
no.
arguing over.
Y'all just redid an old house. And I saw the old house before you started, and I haven't seen the finished product. But I know that you went without a kitchen for how many months?
2 or 3.
Yeah. Well,
At
it's
least.
still.
Still not completely
I have a
finished.
stove, but it's not hooked up. It's
Okay.
not working.
So it's just sitting
It's
there.
just sitting there. It looks pretty.
Okay, but together you made it through that. And you know, what y'all did could have been a natural disaster for a lot of couples. They'd have been in divorce court and killing each other and throwing things through the wall and having to do more sheetrock. But y'all just laughed and kind of went through it.
Yeah.
You bought an old house and you remodeled it together. Did you get everything you wanted in this?
In the house.
In the house?
No.
I got a roof over my head.
Okay.
So
Well, we've often said if wherever we are is home.
that's
Uh-huh.
fine.
Together.
I mean,
I
if,
love
it,
that
it doesn't matter.
attitude.
It doesn't matter where we live as long as we're together, and if and you have your health, then you pretty much have everything. So it's not about the house you're in or the car you drive. And a lot of kids say, "Mom, I'm not driving that car." I say, "Well, I don't care. It's paid for, and it gets me from A to B." And Ainsley, when she was in school, she said, "Can you drop me off way over here?"
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I had to be seen in it. And then, top all things off, she had to drive it to school. I said, "So now you have to drive it to school."
Oh, wow.
But she drove it, and she said, "Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's paid for, and I don't have a car payment." And I said, "Well."
And she did have a good chocolate day yesterday.
Did she?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
She had a lot of it. Yeah.
Is there anything about your marriage that you were young? Would you have gotten married as young as you got married? Because y'all were both pretty young.
We were ready. We really were. We knew it. We wanted it. And we had people tell us we were too young and, you need to wait a little while and all that kind of good stuff. But we knew it. In fact, we courted for 14 months before we got married, and we just couldn't stand to be apart. I was driving from Cartersville to Marietta to work, and from Marietta up to Fairmount, which is another 20 miles north of Cartersville. So you had a 60-mile drive just to be with her for an hour in the evening.
Yeah.
And my dad wouldn't let me get off work and go to his house and wait on him. He made me come all the way home.
Yep.
Made him come all the way down there to get me. So I'm like, I'm already in town. Why can't I just stay in town? He said, no, he's got to come home. He's got to come to your house to pick you up.
Yeah, he was
Wow.
old-fashioned, and I
Wow.
appreciated that. So.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Now, your parents are no longer here.
No.
Okay. Did your parents live long enough to see what a happy life you have?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Because we were happy then, too.
Were your
even early
parents
on.
good role models?
Yeah, it took a little while. They didn't have the best marriage, and it was pretty rough for the first few. They were married, I guess, about 30 years when he passed away, and I saw how rough they had it for the first 10 years. It wasn't, or maybe 15 years. So it wasn't that great. And then she just came home one day and said, "If this is what it's going to be like, then
I'm gone.
I'm gone." Yeah. So he figured, well, we got 4 kids together. We need to make it work. So then after that, it was,
Wow.
they had a lot of love for each other, but it was, it was hard because she stayed home, and he worked like 3 jobs to
He was a
try
truck
to.
driver.
Yeah. Well, he done everything from dig ditches to drive trucks to just whatever it took to put
Right.
food on the table. So
Okay, I know you have brothers.
yeah, 2.
Okay. Are they happily married?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have a sister who's married, an older sister. And
So
2
they
younger
learned
brothers.
this at home. So sometimes your children take exactly what you teach them at home.
They aren't as happy as we are.
No.
No. Nobody
Okay,
is.
I know your parents. Tell me what your home life was like.
Well, I had a very solid home life. Great Christian parents. They took us to church all the time and set a good example for love. I mean, my dad I'd call him a little bit on the strict side. Not in the sense that he didn't let us do a lot of things, but if we got out of line at all, he whipped us. and we knew it. So we knew what respect was, we knew what staying out of trouble was, and they set an example of being committed in love. And I mean, I've learned some things I didn't want to do from them, and some things I did want to do from them. And but they're still together. They love each other.
I'm going to
and
ask
that's
you a
what
loaded
counts.
question. God, I hope your parents aren't watching. Is your daddy the boss?
He thinks he is,
Okay.
He
All right.
thinks
Your
he
mother
is.
is so kind and so quiet.
but she's really,
Okay.
there's the head, and then there's the neck that controls the head. So
Okay.
if you
Okay.
get my drift.
Your mom is just so quiet. I can't imagine her even speaking up.
Well, she does, but and she's been known to throw a pot or pan or a dish or two.
That's
every
my
now and
kind of
then.
woman.
Yeah.
I love that. Man, if
Yeah.
you learn to sail those plates.
She lets her opinion be known,
Okay.
But she does it not in front of,
but she respects
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But I've learned respect for her, and she's respected me. So to me, that's what it's all about to start with. And then
Right.
if you got respect and love, and you got the hots for them too, that's a good package.
That's a good package. Okay, you come from a very large family and a very loving family. Did you take that? Did Melissa come from the same? Did the two of you have a common denominator?
Well, very common, more common than you would think.
because usually opposites attract, and
Well-
your family lives seem a lot alike.
I'll tell you why.
They grew up together in the
Yeah.
same little town. We were actually introduced by our first cousin.
Okay.
He's my first cousin and Bill's first cousin.
Oh, wow.
And he introduced us, and it happened to be that my dad's brother married his mother's sister.
Okay.
So that's
So-
how we have cousins
And
on
so
the same side.
for all those years past, you've met up a lot of my family, my mother and Arlene. A lot of those, my mother's side grew up with her dad's side in
Okay.
the same town,
they
so they all knew
were
each other.
9 siblings on my dad's side and
12.
12 on his mom's side, and they all grew up together and dated each other. Actually, his uncle married my aunt
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
several times.
Okay.
This
happened, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And
But we weren't related, of course. Don't get that.
and my dad
I'm thinking Jeff Foxworthy.
No,
You're
we-
going,
no,
oh, I
no,
got a rich
no.
story here.
But no.
and my dad dated his mother.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, and at one time, her dad and my dad shows up the same night to date my mother,
You are kidding
and my
me.
dad, of course, won out.
My dad went off to service, and of course he never gave Mary, his mom, any notes or letters that he was coming back or even any interested in her anymore. So he gets out of the service, he comes over to her house, and he's sitting there eating supper with her mother. And she walks in the door, and there he sits. Well, she had a date with his dad.
Oh, how funny.
So his dad shows up, and my dad's sitting there at the dinner table eating dinner with him.
Oh, how funny.
And he's like, "Oh, what's this? What's going on here?" And she's like, "He just showed up."
So,
And
so when the two of those dads shows up at our wedding together,
That is too
it's,
funny.
they had a little history.
Oh, how funny.
So.
Now, any regrets of anything? You've taught your children to budget.
Yeah.
Were you a strict parent?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, they may, or she may think I'm more strict than she is.
Do you, okay, jointly, you said compromise. Do you say, we're going to do this to these kids, we're going to ground this one, we're going to do this? Do you sometimes give in for the children's sake?
no, yeah. I
She's
mean,
a
well,
mom.
That's a mom.
yeah,
That's a mom.
Yeah, I mean, you try not to underhand
Right.
what the dad's doing.
Wait till your daddy gets home.
Yeah.
But
And
When
so-
in reality, you've already dealt with it.
Yeah, and so of course when he'd come home, he'd punish them. They'd say, "Mom, really?"
But
And I'm
behind-
like, "Well, whatever Dad says goes, okay." And so it takes me out of being the bad guy.
Yeah.
And so
she don't want to be the bad guy.
I made him out to be the bad guy.
Somebody's
So
got
he did all the punishing, and I just said, "Whatever your dad says goes." And sometime we would talk about it in private.
Diplomacy is what that's called.
Right.
Yeah.
I said, what you're doing might be a little steep,
Right.
And he'd go back a little while later.
Yeah.
And
Like, Bill, she was 10 minutes late. For
Yeah.
goodness sake, Bill, she was 10 minutes late. Don't ground her for 2 weeks. And because you wouldn't, because you know.
Yeah, well, Bill
you'd rather
doesn't-
be 10 minutes late than have a wreck coming home trying to get there fast.
And Bill
So-
doesn't give any warning shots, and so what he says goes, and you don't go by the rules the first time, then that's it.
Well,
You don't-
I know a lot of you parents out there, y'all do the,
Counting.
all right, Junior, 1, 2, oh, there ain't none of that.
Bill does.
Uh-oh.
If he ever said I'm going to give you a whooping, he goes over and he doesn't. He just goes over and grabs them up and gives them a whipping.
Not anymore, they're too big. but-
Yeah, they
Well,
can
you
whip
still
you now.
you
yeah.
still would if they needed
I
one.
still would, yeah.
Well, we're going to ask a trivia question. The first week we were on the air, the first day, my guests were Roger Fudge was one of my first guests, and Miss Regina Camp was one of my first guests. And that week, I had co-hosts that weren't exactly as they are today, and one of them happened to be one of their children. If you can call me and tell me, where did Kaylee Siniard work for many, many years, call us at 866-939-2329. Now, she looks a whole lot like her mama, and she is drop dead gorgeous. She has moved on, and she has grown up before our eyes, because when she was my co-host that first week, she was a kid. She was just a kid.
Yeah.
But you taught her enough respect for herself to know that she could go after anything she wanted. And she left home at 17 and went to this place and got an amazing, amazing job. So call us at 866-939-2329, and you'll win a copy of, guess what, with their
We'll have a
child,
good
Leah
time.
Siniard, singing on it. So there you go. We have learned a lot about each other in the 3 years we've worked side by side. I respect him more than I ever did, because I see how he treats you. And I think that's an amazing relationship, because you are the love of his life. And it's very important, yeah. It's very important to see relationships like that, because in today's world, people don't see that.
Well,
Now, can you do your job, and can you do some birthdays right quick?
I sure can. How about this? Happy birthday today to Jeanette Grizzle, 58 years old.
Happy birthday, Jeanette.
Jeanette's going to learn one of these days not to give her age like that. And Jenna Cleveland Colby, happy birthday today, age 27. Looks like 27. I guess
Happy
that's what they wrote down.
birthday.
And we also have a couple of anniversaries today.
Uh-huh.
Imagine that on Valentine's. Happy anniversary, 47 years on the 12th, Johnny and Sharon Bearden.
There you go.
And happy anniversary on the 14th today on Valentine's Day. 7 years, they got married 7 years ago. Philip and Cindy Chastain.
There you go. Well, we're gonna go right now to something that is very close to my heart. It took me a long, long time to get it right, and y'all have seen me finally get it right. I am now involved in a great relationship with the love of my life, and we're going to go to making memories.
Oh, ain't that sweet?
He taught me so much about living, about loving, and about being there for each other. And I said, that is something that I was never aware of. I've never been in a relationship where somebody actually put me first.
There you go.
And I think that is amazing, because he puts me first,
There you
and that blows my mind. So I'm going to share a little bit of some memories, making memories every single day. We did some great memories this weekend, and today, please make some special memories for yourself. We're going to go to making memories, and hopefully we'll have time to come back and tell you something we never say here on ETC. So sit back and enjoy making memories.
I was looking at some photographs just yesterday. A flash in time back when our love was new. And I realized how long it's been since we have taken time to take the time to spend to make our dreams come true. We need to make more memories together before time for making memories is gone. Let's fill our lives with all the memories love can give, and our memories will make memories of their own. We've been looking for the end of the rainbow. Oh, but the rainbow's end has always been right here. 'Cause our memories are the treasures to remind us of our place
just listening to y'all talk about how much you love each other. You're
Well.
amazing. You're amazing.
Well, I was telling you, you've had friends that's gone through this recently. I think about this, and it's not to be sad about it, but I dread the day that she's gone. I
God,
just
you're
can't.
gonna make me cry.
Well, I do. I mean, I can't imagine. And you know how couples are when you get to be close friends and lovers and
Right.
married like we are. You don't want that to happen, but it's eventually going to happen.
It will. And,
So you cherish every day you got.
and that is the thing. Capture every moment.
Yeah.
Capture every single moment and make it a memory. And,
Well,
and
I've-
that making memories, I think about the fun we've had in 2 years. I was late having fun, and I was
Yeah.
late living, and it is
But now
so
you know-
amazing
now
to do
you
it
know.
now.
Well,
yeah.
life is too short to be miserable, and so, I mean, you have bad things happen and stuff like that, but then you think, well, it's just stuff.
Yeah.
It's just things, and
You've got another birthday, is that right, Bill?
Yeah, and I love these parents of this guy. The last name is Stover. Happy birthday, age 66 to Buck Stover.
There you
Buck
go.
Stover.
That is so cool.
No, but
Happy birthday.
Making memories, Cherie. You and Freddie are doing it right because, yeah, none of us are rich right now, and we don't have the means to go flying off to Europe and Hawaii and all that. But there's so many things right here in North Georgia you can go do together.
Right.
We just got back from San Diego. We had some people. Her girlfriend gave us tickets to fly, thank God, and we were able to do that for a whole week. And it's
Right.
making those memories together.
Yeah.
we've got 4 kids. We've always made time for ourselves. And a lot of people say, even when they were small, we'd drop them off at whoever would take them for free.
Well,
You know what
Go
just
somewhere.
happened? We just ran out of time. But we're going to bring you back another day, and we're going to talk purely the work of what your work life is like together. And I hope the two of you have inspired people to fall in love. Fall in love with yourself, because until you love yourself, you can't possibly love somebody else.
True.
From North Georgia Now Today, Bill's gone. I'm Cherie. Happy Valentine's Day to each and every one of you. Do something special for someone you love. And remember, love is never having to say you're sorry. We will see you again only on ETC3, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 10 a.m. And here comes my buddy, Rich Scott.
Sometimes in our lives, we all